Hey there, welcome to the Kench Niner Report show, whatever you want to call it. Hello, Hobie Gal. I see you got home from Arkansas. You got the Miata tire, a new tire, or repaired tire. Yeah, I guess you can't repair a tire; it's a chunk out of it. New tire, new used tire. I don't know. That's what I would do: get a used tire. Um, but the thing about the Miata is the car itself is nice and simple, very reliable, good for road trips. Something that breaks, you could probably fix it. They're very reliable. So yeah, welcome to today's live stream. What is it? Sunday. That's the hardest. That's the hardest tightrope trivia of the week. It's exciting. The sound of the bubbles, of course. I mean, if I had to go 3 days without a Diet Coke, can you just imagine? But I didn't. I just had to go one day. All right, that's Diet Coke for you. I'm pretty sure the can didn't lie. They didn't put Pepsi in there. It's a FIFA can. I always like to show the sponsorship of the Coke can because I'm trying to go for a sponsorship myself. I'm hoping that someday they'll want my address and they'll send me a pallet of Diet Coke, in thanks. Probably won't happen, but you never know. You don't know. This world's a crazy place. All right, we got the Himalayan salt lamp. We got the Twitch glitch sign. We got the Love Lego. We got my music studio in the back. We got a Schecter Guitar Research Hellraiser C1 FR right there. But first, we're gonna load up the old flight sim. I think we're gonna go to Australia. I think I missed a place that was on the new Australia release, so we're gonna go there. It's the Big Orange. We might have gone there, but I don't remember it. I didn't cross it off. And it's north. It's about 60 miles northeast of Adelaide. I guess I normally don't decide, as you guys know. Okay, so we'll be flying on our flight simulator. I have the beautiful Bluetooth controller right here, pretty much all charged up. Got like wireless. I got rechargeable batteries for this thing. I don't have to throw away batteries all the time, and that works really well. I got the Diet Coke. Okay, what else do we have? That's about it. So they'll be flying around a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't know where we're gonna. Certainly don't know what kind of plane I'm gonna fly in. Do that for about 45 minutes or so. After that, there's a good time when I do the big brain games sometimes, and fairly often actually these days. We kind of, some of the games are become community games that we solve as a group, which is, come to me, is always a kind of a fun thing. But I also like that there's some games that I have, like the tightrope trivia. You're timed. There's no chance of looking at chat or looking things up. You got to know as quickly as possible to get that good score. I didn't get a good score yesterday, so let's see how it goes today. Right, so then after that, I think if you haven't noticed yet, I'm going to play the bass today, but I'm not going to play Rocksmith 2014 edition today. No, I went and purchased a $20 1 month so far, well, per month, but so far with a 1 month in advance subscription to Rocksmith Plus. Rocksmith Plus is fairly recent. It's about a year and a half old, I think, now. And it's the kind of the online version of Rocksmith. It's from the same people. It's a much more modern user interface. You have to be online, have a good internet connection, apparently, but I do. And it's a fee, but there's like 9,000 songs and you have access to all of them. It's not like you have to purchase any songs. There's a huge library. Most of them are in Spanish. I'm just saying, but there's still thousands of songs and there's so it's exciting. So today I'll be playing the bass on a whole bunch of songs that I know, but that I've never played the bass on before. For the first time, and hopefully getting some of the notes right. But I'm just excited about playing a completely new set of songs. I think you will be. I tried it a little bit this morning. I just downloaded it this morning, and then you have to pay for a subscription. And there's cheaper ones, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to try the $20 a month per month and see it for 1 month. I don't know how much I'll use it during the month, and that seems kind of expensive, but it is a huge library of songs. And then you get a more modern client. It's not that different. You could do one thing experiment was there's the highway, the note highway, but there's also tablature. I used to play with a different. It was called Fuse Box or Rock Fuse or something, and it was similar in concept to Rocksmith, but was it Rock Band or something? No, it was something else. But it used a tablature instead of a right. It's not available on your PC it's PC only. It's not. I guess it's not currently available on Xbox. There's no reason why they couldn't make it available on Xbox though. I mean, so maybe they would. I don't know. Maybe it will. But You know, so I played a couple songs just to make sure it was working. I think I don't have the I don't know for sure that the audio is working until we try it, but that'll be later. All right, let's see what we got here. We got the flight simulators. We can start here. First, I'm going to pick a plane, and it's going to be different than the one we picked last time. Right. Yeah. No, I get it. No, I do play here and have the chair. The chair is an issue, and I kind of would like to get a chair, have a chair that has no. It's the side. It's either I can bring my bench, my piano bench over, which I have to do for piano, or have a chair where you could fold down the armrest because the armrests do better fare while playing bass. Not really bad for me, but I could see if you're shorter or you're not. The things that playing from a chair is no fun. I prefer to play standing up. But it is what it is. I'm playing from my PC, so I'm playing right here, and it seems to be okay. Yeah, the arms do kind of get in the way, and for me a little bit. All right, so we were in a P40. We're gonna fly something a little more. I don't know. I was I mean the Fuga Magister. No, it's too on the nose. Definitely not flying the biplane. Let's get in the old V35 V30 Bonanza. It's a classic, and I haven't flown in a while, but mainly comes with these really kind of realistic liveries. But the chrome green one always kind of floats my boat. Maybe we'll do chrome red. Yeah, let's do chrome red. Actually, I don't use that one as much. And as I mentioned, I want to see if I can find. Remember, if you remember, they recently updated. This is Adelaide here. So the place where the big orange is in this area here, specifically right here. You can see it there. That's the big orange. I don't remember if we saw it or not, but I thought it'd be fun to fly around this area anyway. The view, Rocksmith, all about that basement, trying to get it down. Interesting. Okay, and we could take. I want you to see what kind of local airports. Okay, there's 200 minutes dirt strip. Oh, here we got an asphalt. We actually have an asphalt runway there. A real little airport. We're gonna just fly around the. We're gonna check out the big orange, and we're gonna fly around this area. But it's 4 in the morning there. Let's make it a little more later in the day so that we can have a daytime thing. I may have. Okay, but cold starting. Oh, why not? Why not? Oh, it's a little one. I think that should be fine. I do enjoy the cold start procedure on these smaller planes. They're usually not too bad. All right, this honestly I don't recall if I've been here before, but flying around the back parts of Australia is always kind of a vibe. And again, I can cross it out. There's also the Big Lobster. There's the Big Orange and the Big Lobster. If I find the Big Orange, which is right around here, and decide we need to find the Big Lobster too. Anyway, that's the plane. It's a really, really detailed model with the rivets and the little lights and the little instructions on the inside of the how to release the lamp and blah 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 instructions. You know what I mean? It's got some detail. I don't know how many people are going to appreciate that level of detail. All right, let's see if we can get rid of this. It'll be nice. Oh yeah, I remember how to do that. It's from here. Yoke visibility. All right, so let's see. We got the master defined. Yeah, master battery. Alternator, sure. We don't need any of this yet. Beacon lights, yes. Navigation lights. Parking brake should be on. Let's see. Propeller is at full. Throttle mixture is there, but there's a fuel valve somewhere, right? There's a fuel valve here. Let's check it. It's on left tank. That's good. Let's see. We're not going to turn avionics on until we get the engine started, and that happens on the magneto. And I believe it's going to start up. Pretty easy start procedure. Let it warm up a bit. All right, so we'll turn avionics master on. That's right there. I'll get our radio going. A few things there that we normally would turn on, but we don't have to. Let's see, fuel pump. I guess we need that on. All right, so let's see, strobe lights, yes. Nav lights, why not? Taxi, sure. Leave those off. Panel lights we won't need. What are these? You don't need to worry about that. Gear warning. Oh yeah, a transponder maybe. totally. I'm not gonna worry about it. What's up here? Anything good? Anything interesting? Yeah. Oh yeah, up here. Anything fun? No. Okay. All right. I think we can actually talk on the radio. Tune Y Ren. Okay, that's where we are. Now it's taxi.
Yankee Romeo, Echo November traffic. KNSH 9er is taxiing to runway 25. Yankee Romeo, Echo November.
Parking brake off. More power. Steering wheel. Is our wheel steering? Our wheel is steering. Pretty plain, yeah. Pretty much in the middle of nowhere. But according to them, they had recently redone this. Well, they have a point of interest in the area, and usually that means kind of the topology is redone. Some of the buildings are reworked. We'll see. Again, I'm not 100% sure I didn't do this already when I was kind of doing the whole Australia area. But, you know, it's in a different plane. It's a different time of day. It's different weather. And speaking of weather, did I turn live weather on? I may or may not have, because last time it was off. I just wanted, yeah, I turned it off. Let's see what the actual weather is. It'll start here, clear skies. Let's give it a minute. It might be cloudy. We don't know. It's probably okay. It's of course it's late fall there because it's gonna be the winter season pretty soon. Being it has the opposite seasons, we're heading to summer. They're heading to winter. Things are cooling off. Days are getting shorter. That's how it works in the southern hemisphere. All right, so we're going to put our brakes on. We're going to our flaps to the mid position for takeoff, and we're going to give ourselves some positive trim. Not quite, about a little more than that. About there, I would say about 7% is good, actually. Too much trim. Anyway, that gives you enough trim so it'll kind of naturally lift off at the right speed. You don't have to really pull back the stick or anything like that. That's the idea with that. All right, we're going to announce our takeoff, and then we're going to be heading. I think, I don't know, hopefully it'll be right in the south, to the south, I think is where we want, if I remember correctly, south, kind of southwest.
Taking off runway 25, departing straight out, Yankee Romeo, Echo November.
Alright, build up some power here. Let's see, parking brake is off, right? Propeller is at full, mixture is at full. Flaps are set, trim is set. Plenty of runway for us here. It's kind of narrow. It's not for a wide body jet or anything like that, but it's certainly long and it's made out of the right material. All right, we push the throttle to the full. Get full power there. That's full throttle. We don't need this up here. Make sure we stay on the runway. On that white line there. We're watching our airspeed come alive. Right around now, it's already ready to start taking off there. Ready to fly. And one of the great things about these is it does have retractable gear. It's a very expensive, fancy feature for a small plane, but it gives you that beautiful look, that slick performance when you're in the air. And of course, you get better economy. But yeah, well, it's arguable, but whether it's a good feature or not. Anyway, right. So we wanted to go, I think, south. If I see ahead, there's kind of an area ahead, and I'm pretty sure that's where the big orange is going to be. We're going to stay nice and low. We're going to trim back to 0. Oops, back to 0. Trim is very sensitive on this plane. We're going to stay nice and low for the sightseeing flight, and at some point we're going to stop the plane, dive out in our magical parachutes, and check out the big orange up close, like inches away. All right, so there's like there's this river running through here. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Not really. I mean, we're only like an hour and a half by car, I think, from Adelaide. It's not that far, but it's not going to be. I don't think there's not like a direct fast highway or anything. But it's based around this little community in this area. I think is based around this river, being this is the main source of water in the area. If you go too much farther out, you just have green around here. If you go farther away from this river than about this area, it's brown everywhere. I gotta stay nice and low because I don't want to miss the orange. I don't have to fly around it. I don't mind, but it's just off this road. Oh yeah, it's right ahead. Okay, there's the big orange. Wasn't hard to find. It was on the map here. There's this road here, and in the middle of it's like one of these roadside touristy attractions. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we did come here last time. And it is a little. I looked at pictures of it. I can see a photo of it on Google Maps, and it is a little. It's a little kind of messed up. If I can see correctly, yeah, it's got like a hole in it. I believe. Yeah, let's dive out using our magical parachute system and pausing time so we can see this up close. I guess it's not a hole. That's an observation area. Okay, it's not a hole. Oh, that is pretty detailed. I would have remembered if we came here before. All right, we're gonna look at the telescope. I don't know if we could do that. That's as far as down as we can get. But you can see there's not really that much to see. It's not like you're looking at the Las Vegas. But that's pretty wild. I did not know you could go up in there. I wonder if they charge like you have to buy a ticket. It's air conditioned. Okay, go from here. There's a little playground. For some reason, this just tickles. And it says welcome, but I don't think we can actually go in. I mean, it puts a, and then it's got that kind of faded thing there. Anyway, that's exactly what it looks like on Google Maps. And I'm sure that's what it looks like in the real world. I just thought maybe it was a big orange that you looked at, but no, it's an actual little observation tower. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there is a lot of stuff going on around here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. There's a train. This is probably like a train car that maybe has a little, like a cafe in it or something like that. Because there's that. There's a pile. There's a bunch of. But there's an actual playground. There's this fun little playground for the kids. I just want to see what else they added. This just 3 containers. This definitely looks like another like a farm area. But I mean, they put this in the game. Okay, where's our areas? All right, everyone dive back in with your magical parachutes because we're flying around some more. But there's also the big lobster, and we haven't tried that yet. So it is really it's a little cooler than I thought it was going to be. But it's kind of I mean, you're not close to the sea. You're not really going to be seeing too much of anything, except it really could be. It is beautiful. I mean, it's Australia. But see, this river really meanders all over and effectively creates this large wetland area, which is home to plenty of critters. Right. Okay. So the people may. Okay. Right. So the big orange is back there, but there's basically a town here. It's not the middle of nowhere. I mean, okay, you got farms that you're growing crops. People are living here. They got more suburban style houses. Yeah, the world's largest ball, but the only port I would try to go to in the game, if they had in the game, it's probably bigger than that orange. I hope. But the only thing. So by the way, did you hear there was the game showcase on Xbox games today, and Flight Sim had Microsoft Flight Simulator had an update. It's a world update for U.S. national parks. It's coming July 4th. In case you didn't know or you hadn't heard it, they showed I don't know if the video is out, but they showed it. But it's national parks. It's pretty much all of them I could see. But if we flew much further in any direction, there's not much of anything that we'd see. So the big orange is down where? It's down. Oh, I need to find it again. Yeah, so that's a whole other ball of content. Where was that little runway? I'm just checking things out here. I'm just flying a little too faster. I think it was here, right? It was right by the. This intersection. There, did I pass it? Is it there? No, it's here. It's right there. Kind of hard to see unless you hits the light right. But that's it, right there. And it's interesting that it's looking out towards that big bend in the river, which I think is pretty cool. So other than that, it's going to look a lot like this, except it'll start getting browner and with no things because it's I mean. This is all watershed, wetlands effectively from this river here, which eventually heads out towards Adelaide, I think. It eventually turns southwest. Yes, eventually kind of turns south. It's a sharp turn. But just for fun, what we're going to do? We're going to land, and then we're going to check out the big lobster. I just want to cross these last 2 things off my list. It's not that close. It's not like we can fly there. It's quite far. But we're just going to land where we took off from. Before I do that, I'm kind of anal about this. I'm going to reduce our fuel load so we can safely land. I mean, if I'd known it was going to be such a short flight, I wouldn't have thrown so much fuel in there. All right, now where is the place that we want to land? It's over here. It's not an easy runway to see. It's right there. Okay, gotcha. We're gonna head out this way. Do some altitude. Lose a little speed here. I'm actually gonna reduce like propeller. Probably should have fly less mixture. Oh, fine. Well, plenty of gas to land. I just don't want to land heavy. Okay, that's the runway. Reduce power. Want to slow them down. Really even going too fast to pull out the gear at this point, but that's all right. There it is. I'm almost ready to make my turn. When I make my turn, we're going to lose a lot of energy. So that's why I'm going to slow down plenty for putting the gear down. That's what happens. All right, let's turn. These are little V rudders to help accelerate this turn here. Losing a lot of speed, 124. Now we're in the white, so we can put the gear down safely. And that's going to give us even more. I'm actually going to get some more throttle here. More slow down as we configure for landing. Gear is always handy, and I believe full flaps for landing on this plane. So we're in landing configuration. All right, we're still going a little fast. Reduce power a little bit. Again, this plane starts to get light at 60 knots, which means you want to land around 70. So we're going kind of fast. I'm gonna reduce power. We got gear and flaps down. I got plenty of time to slow down. I just don't want to slow down too much. Good, decent glide slope. But again, this runway it's deceptive. It's very narrow, so it looks long, but it's not that long. Okay, there we go. We're starting to lose a little speed there. Now we're down around 80. Again, I want to get down to around 70, but not less than that. So I'm adjusting throttle a little bit by here, a little bit by a little bit. We don't get those lights, but I'm pretty sure we have a decent glide slope here. It's usually easier to do from up here. A little more power. Some buffeting here of these trees. So we need to apply a little more power here. It's kind of fun how that happens. Maybe we're a little low there. That's our speed. We're at about 70. It's a good glide slope. And it gives you plenty of time to make sure you're lined up and start reducing power a little bit more. Runway 7, back at the airport where we took off from. A little soft landing there. Not too much drama. Put your flaps up. Boy, it's really easy to land compared to a Concorde. There's definitely harder planes to land, but I do like it's very stable on approach. It definitely it'll let you know if you're going too slow, and then because it's a because of a piston prop, it'll respond quickly compared to a jet. To a request for more power. I think right. There were some little buildings down here. Right. Yeah. This is where we started at. The whole airport is kind of separate from the runway. It's down there. All right, let's go check out the Big Lobster because we got time. And then that's basically the last things I think we can find. We're going to cross off. So we'll probably fly the same plane. It's a blast. I won't cold start it, but I'll find a nearby airfield. You know, it was nice to be able to check this airfield off and to be able to say we saw that big orange. I think if I'd seen it before, I would have remembered it because I would remember that. I did not know that had an observation tower with the telescopes. That's pretty wild. I'm like, what are you supposed to look at out here? But yeah, it's. I guess it's. There's probably people who come out. It's a vacation who live in Adelaide. Big city. They want quiet. They want to look at the river. Maybe there's things you do on the river. You go fishing. I don't know. All right, so where is the big? I already checked it out, and it actually, you can type in Australia. Australia, the big lobster. Okay, it's on Princess Highway, Kingston South. Yeah, it's a ways. So it's south of Adelaide. We might have done that one, but I don't remember. So let's just find out. Okay. In flight. Take me back to the world map. Thank you. But I'll definitely gonna cross this one off, so I don't remember not to come back here. We did the big orange. We did Flinders Park. Oh, that was huge. But the Big Lobster is basically the last thing I have that I haven't checked out. And I don't know if we've seen it or not. It's okay. So it's near Cape Jaffa. That's here. This is Cape Jaffa. Oh, it says okay. And there it says the Big Lobster. So it's right next to the Kingston Airport, Kingston. Let's see. What do we got? We got 3,000 feet of asphalt. Perfect. We're going to make it a daytime flight, right? There we go. Let's make it daytime. Even earlier. I'm not sure what that's trying to tell me. But for this, I'm not going to cold start. We already cold started this plane one time. So cold starting a second time, not called for. We're just going to fly around here. Hopefully, when they put a point of interest in, it means they kind of they made the whole area a little bit more presentable than it was previously. But I don't know because I've never been here before. Or I don't think I was. But it's right off. We can literally kind of just jump out of the plane and look at it. We don't necessarily have to use our magical parachutes. All right, give a second to load. There it goes.
Yankee Kilo India Gulf traffic.
All right. We're at the runway.
Taking off runway 02.
It's okay. There it is. We have points of interest. It's the Big Lobster. All right. Look. Here's what I'm trying to say. We don't even have to fly there. I mean, we will, but I just want to point out how close it is to the airport. It's right here. You can see the tree there. Yeah. Okay. So there's this Big Lobster. It looks like kind of a shopping center. It is pretty big. And let's see. Get up nice and close. It says Aqua. What else does it say here? It says weight 4 tons, length 15.2 meters, width some number of meters, but nobody knows what a metre is apparently. Somewhere around a yard, let's just say. For sale. Okay, and they're selling the building behind it, which looks like it's like a multi-purpose unit. Okay, it's way more than you said. Oh, let's fly around. We can still fly around the area, but we saw the Big Lobster. All right, back in the plane, everyone. Back in the plane. I don't mind. I will do a little takeoff and landing in this guy here. All right. Let's see. Flaps to there. Trim slightly positive. Actually, maybe you don't put... You know what? Maybe you're not supposed to have flaps on, by the way. All right, everything here looks good. I need to see what I got behind here. Yeah, okay, that's all good. Throttle to full. Park brake off. Just keep it nice and aim down the runway here. Once it gets to about 60 knots, which it just about is, there you go. It's going to want to fly. So let her fly. Yeah, I don't really think you need the flaps. Reduced power to climb from takeoff, blah, blah, blah. All right, so the... Oh, yeah, we also want to pop our mixture out to about there. Power out to about there. So there's this little beachside community. Okay, where's the thing? Oh, it's right here. It's kind of hidden in these trees here. But this is where the Big Lobster is. And it is a Big Lobster. And it's got the stats right there. So that's what it looks like from the air. And again, it's basically a promotional thing. Like, oh, when you see the Big Lobster, come to the store. Or come to this storefront. So they have a bunch of little stores there. And then you'd be coming down the road. And be easy to find, Because it's, it's easy to miss without some landmark. But other than that, that's the purpose of it. It's not there, that's not something you can climb in and see the beautiful area. And this is pretty desolate. I mean, again, Australia, a gigantic country. And it has big cities. This is just not one of them. But I'm going to cross that one off. We've been to all of the places, I believe, listed on the World Update for Australia video where they kind of go to places and they have a little name at the bottom, and they'll say something like the Big Lobster, the Big Orange, Adelaide, Perth. We're heading the opposite way of Adelaide, by the way. Adelaide is, well, we're not, we can't really get there in a normal period of time. I just want to see, is there anything down here besides Cape Jaffa? Lots of beaches, some lagoons. Which way are we heading? We're heading south currently. And so, in Cape Jaffa is a ways out, man. This is nothing for a long time. And there's nothing if we go up the other way. You can see there's kind of that long kind of curve there. That goes forever. So plenty of beach, plenty if you want to live near the beach. Australia's got a lot of opportunities because it has a lot of coastline, and a lot of it is very pretty pristine, undeveloped. Not necessarily you want to live on a pristine beach, undeveloped beach with no services. But these days, Starlink is pretty good as long as you have electricity and clean water. I was like, well, you gotta have internet, but and used to have if you want a really good internet. But Starlink apparently is getting pretty good, and in a few years they're gonna put up like 4 times as many satellites, which means basically you'll be able to use Starlink to do this kind of stuff, high-end, high-res streaming, where everything's looks pretty good. It's, it's a pretty high bit rate upstream, which is hard for satellites, and still have it very interactive where people can chat with you. All right, well, that's some flying around for you there. It's something about the V-tail is it's a vibe. It's got good sound effects, right? So I'm seeing there's some of the lagoons here. I think these are probably salty lagoons, brackish, whatever. What do you call that? Brackish. But yeah, that red and chrome look is pretty gorge. All right, there's nowhere else to land except where we took off from. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to adjust my fuel levels because it's not a good idea to have way too much fuel on landing. You want to be at around a 20% fuel load. And normally you calculate that based on where you're going. Okay. What your trip is going to be, and then you have some extra. So where's this little runway up here? It's right there. That's what I thought. So we've got plenty of time to make a line up here. Meanwhile, yeah, I mean, whereas I'm sure they did put a lot of effort into the topography around this area. It's still, you can kind of see where I think there's some boundaries, or maybe it's more satellite. I'm not sure. Hard to say, and maybe more hand done. I don't know. I mean, they can't hand do all of the Australian outback. All right, so the issue here is, again, we do want to slow down. We're not going to make a hard turn. Slowing the propeller down a little bit. Get the mixture pretty much where it is. And then we're going to put our flaps to the mid position. Yeah, we're going slow enough for that, and that will help us slow us down further so we can bring the gear down. Continue to be losing altitude because it's basically sea level. You can kind of see where it is. That little town where the lobsters is right up there, and the airport's right kind of next to it. All right, so we can go to full flaps. And those gears. I love that hydraulic whine. I'm actually going to go to partial flaps here because we have quite a distance to go. We're going to go half flaps. A little bit more in the engine. We're at, what are we at? We're like about 100 knots now. By the way, how is this thing measuring airspeed? Does this say knots? So 120 knots, is that about right? Okay. Oops. About right there. Runway dead ahead. positive trim. Keep the nose up. Got plenty of fuel left for landing. Or for go rounds if we need to. I never do go rounds. No. 95 knots. That's a good approach speed. This is what it looks like from here. We have points of interest so I can see where the runway, at least where the thing is. Still got a couple miles, right? So, want to maintain that 90. So yeah, basically just, a couple roads. Like, I think these green areas are probably like fairly large estates, that have a lot of ground associated with them. People who want a house with a barn and no neighbors. Definitely quite a few Matt here. Looks like there's a golf course up here, so yeah, if that's true, it certainly is a recreational area right here. Is this a golf course? I'll fly over to. It's like a 9-hole, I think. Yeah, it goes up there. It might be 18. It's pretty big, actually, now that I look at it. Because it goes all the way down there. It probably has a beachfront country club or something. All right, runway dead ahead. It's very narrow, but it should be long enough. All right, here's what it looks like from here. Look at the runway. We don't need this. We see what we're seeing. All right, basically, the only things I need to watch, well, I'm going to go to full landing flaps there. That's full flaps just now. And that's going to give us a little slowdown. Because I want to be going about 80. I want to be landing a little over 80. And we are losing speed. Naturally, as we get into the thicker air down here. That's what the approach looks like from this side. Okay, we're down to 80, even maybe a little more power. But again, I found this this plane is just something about it. The landings are real easy. Occasionally I'll crash, but usually it's because I'm going too slow, as usual. Get a little turbulence here. Going a little fast. Yeah, I can reduce power here. We're at a little over 80. As usual, a little bit of ground turbulence there. Yeah, so this update for the national parks is going to occupy a lot of content. Reduce power. Idle the engines. A little bit of bounce. Not too bad though. Flaps up. Plane a runway. Yes, that's where the buildings are. Suspension's really well modeled and everything. I just like all the little details. You can jam the wheel, I believe, on these things if you mess up. There's a way of doing it. That's a good landing. All right, after we tuck the plane in a little bit, I'm going to go and switch to the big brain games. But I'm excited about playing Rocksmith Plus for the first time today for the musical segment. And of course, that means no VODs on Twitch, but YouTube lets you watch the YouTube, which is I think where most people probably watch VODs. It's like they give you a copyright notice. It's not really a strike. It just says we can't promote your video in Brazil because of the music. I'm like, whatever. I mean, first of all, I don't want you to promote it anywhere. I just want people who are subscribed to me, several hundred subscribers, want to see that performance. They can on YouTube. It's not like censored or anything in any way. But on Twitch, they're like, no music, and that is it's the original performances that are the problems. Okay, let's turn off. Turn off would be basically you do it from the key here, I think, right? Key off, and your fuel to off. That'd be for refueling. You're gonna turn There, throttle to go right. Throttle, pull everything. I think right. That's the turn off your lights, alternator, battery, avionics master. Probably for that first. And then I wish you could open the doors, but it's just gonna put you outside, I believe, right? Oh, we can open the exit doors in this one. That's right. That's what it looks like with the exit door. Cool. It's both a great plane. I've always found it easy to fly, and the detail level is hard to beat. I mean, just all the little things and pistons and stuff like that. So I do enjoy it. All right, well, that was fun. I enjoyed the flying around. Let's move over to the just chatting category. That's what because, I'm not actually flying anything for the big brain games. Just chatting. Just chatting. I did them in the typical order. Let me get out of Flight Simulator here. Quit to desktop. Cheers. Hope everyone is enjoying there. Well, you're going to see me play it. Well, I load the first big brain game here on the Screenio, which is the Quirtle Extreme. There's a whole bunch of these Quirtles every day, but I do the Extreme because it's kind of one of the harder ones. I'm looking for something of a challenge. The normal one I finish every time. This you get fewer guesses, but I mean you're gonna use the same 3-story. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, okay. Let's see. Ooh, Maybe I'm gonna guess Scoop on the upper left. Okay, and then we have what could be a lot. There's a couple other things it could be, but if a lot fits. Okay, good. Now here's the hard ones. Because I think this one on lower right could be Creek or Creed. And that's a 50-50. It could be some things else, I think. But those are the most likely. And then this one here is probably just and could be a lot of things. I'm going to guess Downey because it gives us the D, even if it's wrong. And if it's right, which it could be, because the W and the D are not used. Ooh, that was lucky. So it's not Creed, or the D would have been yellow, but it still could be Creek. See, I had one left over. So yeah, that was lucky. Actually, not lucky, but it's skilled, talented rendition of the first big brain game, which is down. All right, the second one in the order which I just randomly like to do these things is the Reveal. That's from our fine friends at the Britannica.com website. Every day they provide one of these things. Okay, it's a place. 3 letters, 4 letters, 3 letters. And then it has, the first thing is Dead Sea blank, blank, blank. Between blank, blank in southwestern blank. Its eastern blank belongs to blank. And the southern half of its western blank belongs to blank. The northern half of the western blank lies within the blank and has been under blank blank since the blank blank. The blank from which the blank receives nearly all of its blank flows from the north into the blank. I don't give up. I never give these things up. I don't even think that's a hard one. It's the Dead Sea. I mean, also 3, 4, 3. Do. I mean, I've actually been there. It's like so. But yeah, if you understand kind of the region and what they were going on, that was not hard at all. Well, I guess maybe I have an advantage there. About to spill my Diet Coke. Okay, so that was a quick check mark on the good old Revealed. It just happened to be there. It is. Other players needed something. We did not. I just kind of sussed it out. All right. The next game is called, well, you're going to do the tightrope now. Let's get it out of the way. It's the Sunday, which is the harder. It says easier and harder, but it means it really should be hardest. In that they pick the hardest questions. They save them for the Sunday. There's 9 questions for multiple choice with 4 possible answers. but it's timed. So if you want your thing, you got to get them right. But you got to respect that this is the hardest one of the day of the week. Mondays will be a much easier quiz. It's quite noticeable, but I don't mind. I like trivia quizzes. So let's just dive in here. As soon as I hit the play button, the timer starts. So give me a second here. And don't be distracted by the ads. Okay. Was it Charlemagne or Julius Caesar? It was Caesar. That was already a really hard one. No, I don't care. Venture Tickle the Ivories. That's got to be Jamie Foxx. He played Ray. Ray, what's his name? Ray Charles. You know, Charles. Did you have Blood Money? So follow is this Blood Money. 30 pieces of silver. That's a pretty obscure Bible reference, in my opinion. But the only thing that kind of was guessable, Coach has 3 separate national capitals. I already needed to know what's the Boer republics. You know, we're talking about South Africa. That one is easy. 4 muscles that use the humerus to the scapula. Ooh, the rotator cuff. It's not the quadriceps. That was tricky. Vanity Fair. Okay. This might be a hard one. Fill in the blank. Jan's documentary was a pain to a different area of music. That's relative. Vocabs are not going to be hard for me. Or to see a flatfish, supposed to either size. The halibuts is like that. There you go. You see, you think you'd known it. That was a tough one. Obviously, you already done it. Charge the library to the dude types of train, which it was the Crimean. Yeah, charge the library. Oh my God, I'm kind of amazed I even crossed that one because it's the Sunday quiz and you can only get 2 wrong. But I'm not going to get my 2,000 points. But that's fine. At this point, I'm kind of happy to cross a tightrope the Sunday trivia. I mean, I don't think I crossed yesterday's at all. Whew. Tightrope boss, but no, that's a loss. 2,000. But that quadriceps one was murderous. You know, because I would never have gotten that right. I don't think. You know, after seeing it, I'm like, what? There's 4 muscles in there. All right. The next one is we're already starting to be ones that we can kind of do some group effort if you want. It's the reunion. It's a fairly new game. It's like less than a year, I think. And it took me a while to get into it, but I really enjoy it now. Basically, it's kind of like a crossword puzzle, except instead of clues, you just kind of get these letter colors. So the green ones are in their final position. The white ones have to be moved off the row and column. The yellow ones are not in the right position, but are on the right row or column. And this kind of thing. We got at least 1 V on this column. And we know a few things about these top 3 5-letter words. There's an S. Oh yeah, there's an S on the column here, but it's not there or there. So it can only be there or here. So the S is either where the O is or the E is, for sure. For sure. But which one? Because this could be, if it's S, I don't think S, O something, D something with the words we have, with the letters we have available. I don't think the S can go here. I'm just going to guess the S goes, not guess, but I think it has to go there. And we got lucky there. Holster. No, you're right. Actually, now that, as soon as I saw, because we got that an interchange with the O. Yes, it could only have been there and there, and I couldn't see a word across, so it could be. So I was like, and it is. And now we see that, yeah, we have a T and an R available. Do we have the R? We have an R, right? Yeah, we have a T and an R. So let's just grab that. Now this S here is yellow now, but when I interchange it with the R, it's going to turn white. That means it's on the bottom row. Unless it turns yellow. Now it could mean it's in the middle of the bottom row. It has to be at the bottom of this word. And that's because it was yellow before and it's still yellow. And if you see where the intersection is, it's where the hedgehog is. So you can use your logic to move that S in the correct place without having to kind of know what word it is. All right, let's see. But now you kind of have to know what words are. Like, is this O over here? It could be just rows, R-O-S-E, and then maybe, the hedgehog and the fox are where the V and the O are. That's a possibility. Let's see. We can't have toady. I'm kind of wondering what word, if the fox is not there, which I don't think it is. Wondering what this weed's words are over here. We'll take our time. And again, we have a V here. The V can't be at the top because it can't be after the P. It can't be where it is. It can't be where the L is. It can't be where the other V is. So it could either be in the second position on the right or where the I is. Well, after a D and a V? No, I don't think so. So it can't be where the I is. It can either be where the O is or the E is. That the V is what I'm saying on this column. I guarantee you that. So could it be? It can't be. If you're here, if the bottom, then it's something R, something SEV. And I don't think there are any words like that. So the V can't be there. So I'm sussing out that the V has to be there. And it was, but it's logic. I don't know what the word is. I just know where it has to be. And this other V turned white, meaning there's only one V, but there's a V somewhere else. Middle B could be perhaps it could be half. Yeah. So you're good at this. This is a good group game because I wasn't looking at the middle thing. We know there's a P, there's an available E, there's an available H, and there's available A. Yeah, I guarantee you. See, while I was trying to make sure that the V went there and I didn't fuck up. I want to get this one at 16 because we're on track. Okay, and then this H goes here. It's all looking good. I'm not sure what's going to be up here. Is it going to be? I don't know what's going to be there. Give me a second there. Because it can't be happy. We don't have a Y. And this A, right? I don't see a Y. But, oh, hippo. The top has to be hippo because there's no other words it could be. All right, so the top on the line there, I've sussed out that it's going to be hippo because we have an I. We have lots of I's, actually. All right, we're 11 moves. We're doing good. All right, what's this word going to be? It's going to be, I think this word is going to be oval. This word is going to be toad. Where the I and the V are is where the hedgehog and the fox is going to end up. Right? I'm just trying to suss out. So, all right. So oval, I think. Right? So oval be there, and then this is going to be risen. Where's the V going to go? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. And larva. Okay, got it. Larva. 15. That's a good game. Yeah, you got the. I see you typed it in before I got it because of the 10-second delay. So I give that one to you. Let's look at our game here. 17 is par, so if you look at my average, it's a little over 17. So par for the course is 17. Sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you just kind of suss out things until the letters and the words become more apparent, which is the exact right strategy to do. Like the first 3 moves, I didn't know what the word was, but I know that the letter had to be in a certain column and it couldn't be in certain locations. So, well, if it couldn't be there, it has to be somewhere else. We got really lucky when the S and the O both turned green on one. That effectively reduces the number that you're going to need to complete the puzzle by one. So anytime you turn you make a move where you turn two green at the same time, that means you're on track for beating. As long as you don't make any bad moves after then, you're on track for beating 17. But sometimes, sometimes you can beat 17 even without doing that thing. But we got that, and then we didn't do any incorrect moves. And then you have to kind of start sussing out where the hedgehog and the fox are going to be. Because as soon as I saw Toad and with no Y, because that'd be the only thing that can come after D, you kind of know so one of them has to be there, and that means that means this word is a 4-letter word. That was fun though. I really do like these things. All right, we're gonna do the loop, and then we're gonna do the connections. And then we're going to do an Octurtle, and then we're going to take the break. You see, we have plenty of time, though. Lots of stream to come. But I do enjoy the loop. The loop is kind of like the connections. You just got these visual, ways. Okay, now we got a weightlifter, but his bar doesn't have any weight on it. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. And why is he crossing his legs like that? That's a little weird. All right, we have a printer. Is that related to a weightlifter? I don't think so. DNA, okay. This person who's also working out, that must be related. Those seem related. She's doing abs or stomach crunches. What would you call those? Pull-ups, right? So he's doing. Oh, that's what he's doing. That's a bar. He's pulling himself up. So got it. That's important. He's not. Okay, got it. And we got a. This is a dog tag. We also have a dog. I'm just gonna put them next to each other for now. We also have a mouse. The mouse seems like it might be related to the dog tag. Looks like it, at least. A thumbprint. Thumbprint and a DNA are both things that identify you biologically. Okay, and this is a double chin. What else do we got here? These guys are playing hopscotch. Kids playing hopscotch or something. There's a pen. Okay. Just a pen. Double chin. Oh yeah, what's this one? It's a math test. Math test. What would the dog go next to? I think a thumbprint and a printer go next to each other for sure. Let's see, we got a pull up, and she's doing sit-ups. Oh yeah, and you tell a dog to sit. I'm gonna put her over here. Let's put the dog over here. So the sit-ups is related to the dog because the dog is sitting, and you said sit. It's pull-ups, sit-ups. And then this guy is doing pull-ups. What would that be related to? These I think are related. We might have to randomly put some stuff up. The pen, I don't know about this. Chin next to the pull-up guy. Let's try it and see. We'll get a clue. We're gonna do a check, but for now, might as well. Yes, because yeah, you're putting your chin over the bar, and this guy's got the double chin. What would a double chin be related to? Maybe the dog tag because you put this around your neck, kind of thing. In which case the dog couldn't go there, and I'm pretty sure it does. Let's try this dog tag next to the dog. I don't know about this, the mouse. And the kids, which look like they're playing, not started playing hopscotch. It's a playground. They're just playing. You think, okay, they're probably related to the test, like the test and the kids playing. I'm just gonna see what we got here, how bad this is. This is gonna be pretty bad. A lot very random. Oh, we got very lucky. If you see that entire left side turned green, that was 100. That was kind of lucky. Why is one kid going the other way? I don't know. We'll find that in a second. Okay, but these are okay. This is a dog. Oh, okay, got it. That's a dog tag, and they're playing tag. That's the thing that we didn't know. That's the answer to your question. See how she's reaching out to the guy and he's running away from her? I don't know how well you can see it, but now that I see the connection between the dog tag and them playing tag. Now, then they're, okay, so this is this is their math homework or whatever quiz. And that this is the red pen that was used to grade the quiz. That's why it's red. I'm not sure what okay, no, it's not connected to DNA, but it's connected to, I think the red pen, these are all connected on the right side. So we know they go together. So the mouse is connected to the printer, which makes sense. The thumbprint is connected to the printer because it's a print, and the thumbprint is connected to the DNA. But it's the other way around. So it's going to be like this and like this. And then, that's the only possibility. So this was a good one. We only needed 2. And you can, it very rarely have ever gotten the first time. Chin up, double chin, double helix, double chin. That's the one I didn't think of. Double chin to double helix. I knew it was double chin. Double helix to fingerprint. Yes. Fingerprint to printer, printer to computer mouse. Mouse and the pen are things that click. Okay. I wasn't sure about that one. Grading test with the red pen, playing tag. And then there's the dog tag, the sitting dog, and the sit-ups. And the sit-ups is related to this chin-ups. That's fine. All right, there's one more we're going to do. Or actually, there's 2 more games, but this one is the connections. Kind of similar in some ways. Oops, hold on. Make it go full speed. In that, all right, so it's a 2-day streak, by the way. I play this every day. I've never gotten it wrong. The streaks on these are always kind of crapping out. And I have an account. I just don't pay, so they, you know what I mean? But I do it every day. I might have gotten one wrong. I don't think so recently. Okay, let's, okay, we've got to put them in 4 groups of 4 by affinity, but we don't know the affinities, and sometimes there's a fake affinity group, and there's also word play, in play, like homonyms and crap like that. Look who's that? Anyway, as I was saying, let's see what I'm just going to read these out and see if we can figure out what these, okay, thank you, Ariel. Let me read this, okay. Pop, gut, shear, state, utter, wave, level, step, total, express, thin, trash, gossamer, core, voice, and gauzy. Yeah, I think that's probably the green one, or the fake one is gossamer, gauzy, sheer, and thin. Hold on, I want to check this. There's nothing. There's for slim fabrics you could see through. All right, well, it's either the right one. There's only 4. It's not like a 5th one, so it's either I think it's the right one. Yeah, that's translucent. Okay, let's see. Utter, wave, level, step, total. That was an easy one though. Or easier. Trash, gut. So, I mean, you could level, trash, total, and gut something. I think these kind of speak out to me. You can voice yourself, you can state, you can express, and you can utter. Which one should we do first? What do you think? Should we do total, gut, level, and trash? I'm pretty sure they're right. Utter, express, voice, and state. And then to be core, wave, pop, and step, which I'm not sure about, but I also think is a connection there. All right, let's just try it. We don't have all day. Do demolish, and then we have utter, express, state, and voice. Do pretty easy one today. Now we step, core, pop, and wave. Now, again, this is the only one. If we know we got a perfect for today, that's lovely. But I kind of want to figure out what we have here. It's probably almost certainly a antecedent or precedent word, meaning a common word that occurs before and after these, but maybe not. But let's see if I can think. Let's see. Step ladder, no. Step brother, no. Waveform, no. Popcorn, wavecorn, no. Oh, okay. These are musical musical categories without one of the words. So dubstep, like metalcore, something pop, and new wave or something like that. Um, it's musical genres missing one of their words. Pretty sure musical genre suffixes. Okay, so if you see what I was kind of there. So it's something core, something pop, something step. Okay, yeah, these could appear in multiple like new wave. Besides new wave, there could be other waves, but they are musical. That would be the hardest one, and I agree. That's kind of hard to necessarily put those together. But view the results. Perfect. All right, last game before we take the break is me just doing the Octurtle here. This is a cleanup game, so I can say we completed all the games I like to do every day. And this is a hard one. I don't get this every day, although I do it every day, even the days I don't stream. That purple one, well, the point is if you get the other three, you don't have to worry about it. And that's often how it happens. I just like to figure it out. I think I figured it out. Okay, what is this word here? This word here, it has a GT and an N in it, ends in Y. And it could have a U, but we have a lot of vowels it could be. Could it be tangy, Tangy? Yeah, it's got to be this one on the lower right. It has to be tangy. Well, there's deathcore metal. It's actually not metalcore. It's deathcore metal. But there's a lot of different blank core. Pretty sure that has to be tangy, and that'll give us the A. Nice. Let's see. But that was just the easy one. Believe it or not, that was an easy one. Let's see. It's not, there's a PT. This is great because we know there's a P, an M, and a T, but since we have no vowels, we know it has to have a U or an O. So what could that be? Because it can't be prompt because we have the R. And it can't end in T. Well, I mean, I've never heard the music. I've just heard of the genre. This is an interesting one. Let me think about this one here. We should have better luck here. We have an L, T, A P, and an E. So we have all of the letters. Let's see. It could be pleat, Pleat. But could it be plate? Oof. It could be PLA. No, it can't be pleat. Sorry. It's got to be plate. Because the T can't be at the end, and the T has to be effectively in the middle or there. But I believe it can't be plate, right? The A can go there. L can go there. Yeah, I like it. All right, that was another easy one. We got a lot of these. Okay, now we have PET up there on the right here. PETTY. It's all spelled out for us. No issues. Now let's see. This one here, IN something Y. So could be kinky, but I don't think it is. It could be a lot of things. But it can't be INNY, right? Or it could be ninny. That could be even that. Oof. Let's leave that one for now. This one's going to be easier. Yeah, timer. That on the upper left, because we know it starts with TI. We know where the E is. There's an M and an R. It's either Tyrum or timer, and only one of those is a word. Look at this one here. All we know is there's an N. We have a lot of letters that I haven't used, but so far we haven't got any wrong. I think this word here, I'm just concerned. We still don't know. It can't start with a P or T. So it could start with the M, but then there's an P and a T available. Oh, and the T. Oh no, with the T has to be in the second position. It's not in 1, 3, 4, or 5. That's interesting. So it can't start with a. Also can't start with a. So it definitely starts with a. Let's see. So it's O, T, or U T, and then there's a P and an M, but they can't be there. Oh. Oh, could it be? Oh, stump but it could be stomp. It's oof. Oh, I don't like that because we have the O and U available, and they're both words. I don't know if I'm ready to guess. Now, at least I figured out from the two that it could be. And then what we have over here, do I have any other guesses? Like, is it two E's? No, or two T's? We don't know. Something, something, E-T. That's all we know. Could be a million things. Okay. Oof. I like this. I like them when they're hard. I'm just gonna guess. I don't even care if it's wrong. Windy for the upper right because it gives us the W and the D, which we need. Oops. Well, it gave us the W's and the D, which we needed somewhere else. We needed down here. Okay, this word could be duvet. D-U-V-E-T. And that gave us the U. So now I know this word is stump and not stomp. Okay, it's all leading on to. We still could lose this game because I have two guesses and two words, and we don't know much about this word here. It couldn't be. Oh, it could be ninny still. It could be kinky. I don't think kinky is in the dictionary. Let's just guess ninny. If it's not ninny, I'm gonna be. Yeah, I kind of thought that's what it had to be. So at least we have one guess. Now, this one is interesting. This is the last one of the eight words. We know there's a W and an N, but we don't have any vowels except, which means it's got to have O's in it. It's not swoon, though, because it doesn't have an S, but it could have multiple O's. Let's see. What could it be? It could be, no, it can't be blown. It could end in O-W-N. Can't be, oh, it could be known. K-N-O-W-N, and it can't be much else. What do you say? I think we won that one. See, it's all, and I love that. First of all, I don't get them all, but that was, first of all, kind of a hard one. I mean, duvet, I pulled that out of nowhere. And ninny, I mean, well, I guess wrong one time, but the windy was really helpful because that gave us the duvet. And then the duvet gave us stump instead of stomp because there was no O's in any of the previous words. I love how and then because I knew there was an O in this one because there has to be a vowel. And there was one and no left. So a very, very satisfying game. All right, I'm going to go into the musical Rocksmith Plus category. I'm going to try to get the correct category. Rocksmith Plus currently shows 0 people watching in the category. Well, I don't care. Yeah. So if you're watching on Twitch and you follow around with me, you'll be the one person watching. Not just me, but the entire category of Rocksmith Plus. Hopefully it's possible that we're allowed to do it. I assume they have a category. It means you're okay to do it. And I am in the category. All right, but I'm going to run my mid-roll, and I'll see you on the other side. I'm going to set up my camera and stuff like that. So we'll see you on the other side of that one. Okay. Is this gonna work? Oh shit. Why is my camera not resetting though? Oh. I'm in the wrong scene. Hold on a second here. Hopefully this will come back. Hold on. There we go. All right. Now, this is the first time I played this game, and I don't know if I have it correctly configured. I don't want to do this. Middle home. Okay. Let's see. If you hear... So, yeah, I don't think it's capturing the correct audio right now. Because you're not going to hear anything. I have to figure out how to correctly route the audio to my headphones. This might take a little bit, and I apologize for that technical issue. So you can't hear that, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm going to bring up my thing over here. My live stream. I'm going to monitor it from my other PC. Let's just see what's going on here. Yeah, you don't get any audio from there. All right, so I'm going to add a new source. Oof. See, the thing is, if I do... Oh, I'll turn this off for now. If I do this... Okay, audio input output. So, there's that. There's that. What does this do? Okay, that's no audio at all. But if I do it from here, I get this feedback effectively. So that's not right. If I do it from here, it comes to my monitor. That's the wrong output. Well, this is going to be tricky. Hold on a second. I want to do something. Try something here. If I check this, see, these are all, this is already set to the line output. This might take, I might have to do this some other time, kind of off stream. Okay, because I was doing this earlier on my headphones and it worked, but only when I set it to this. All right, those are the possible things. And now I can hear it, but you can't. So built-in tuner, and you can see that it's working. Let's see if I add a new audio capture. I'm trying to figure out how to add a new audio source to the scene. Okay, that's right. There's audio output capture there, so I can add a source. Audio output capture. That's already what I'm using, right? Yeah, this audio capture doesn't do anything. Huh. Well, if I do that capture and then do it this to that other audio output, like that's what I set it to. Yeah, I did, and it doesn't seem to get it. Huh. I was playing through those. Well, hold on a second, actually. I'd have to do it this way too, right? No, it doesn't make any effect. Interesting. But it's not good, because I have to figure out what I can't do this. Because there's a feedback, but maybe I can figure out how to turn off the feedback. Yeah, it just doesn't like that. The funny thing is, again, is that if I do this, it does route it to my headphones directly through my device. So maybe I need to route it another way through here. One second here. Let's see if it plays music now. Hold on a second. To get rid of this. Let's just see. Maybe it'll work in this mode. I just had to hit a button on the. Is this? But now you can't hear me here though, right? Now that's not working. Check. Yeah, that fucks that up. Check. Check. Yeah, so I either get microphone or bass, which is weird. Check. Check. But I can't get both. So I can hear that and you can't at all, right? I can hear that and you can't at all, right? No sound at all. No sound at all. That's depressing, because I really wanted to do this and show you guys this stuff. And I was doing it earlier today, but this mode is not capturing, and I don't know how to capture the audio. It's gotta be a way. I'll have to figure out. It's just not going to be easy to do. Add a source. It's an audio input capture. Let me see if that will help. The choices are microphone, and line. Would that help? Check. Yeah. That's the wrong audio input capture. And now you can hear the... See, that doesn't even work. Okay. It's going to be boring for a few minutes because, yeah, it's not going to... just trying different things, and there's not necessarily... it's not necessarily going to work. I got a couple more things. Let's see. If we add a source... Application audio capture, that might work. I'm going to try it. And I'm going to try to select Rocksmith Plus. And that is also not selecting, not giving any, not showing any audio in the... It's annoying. I was hoping to have a good stream today with no technical issues, but this is the first time I'm trying to play this game on stream. I guess I could play the other Rocksmith. There's got to be a way to do it, but it's configured similar to my existing system. See, and that just doesn't work. There's some kind of weird feedback. But if I set it to this, then I can hear it, but you can't. I guess I have to use my logic. I just want to check one thing here. Yeah, that doesn't do anything on it. Okay. Check one. It's working. Messed up. All right, listen to myself in echo there. So it comes back in there. It should feed through. There's not that many choices here. This one should work, but doesn't. These are just output to the monitors. That doesn't do anything, right? I don't get anything in that mode. So we don't need that. What other possible audio capture could there be? Audio input, browser, display, no. Game, video capture device, window capture, no. Anything in game options, sound, that's just volume levels. Gameplay, no. There's a lot of stuff in here too. Controls, PC settings, audio tools. try turning this off, and then go back to input output and try setting to the line. And that gives us that weird distortion stuff. Either one. And you can't hear it anyway. Or you can hear that, right? That awful sound, but that's not right. And that's the only time we hear anything at all. So audio exclusive list should be off. And this it doesn't come through there at all. Yeah, none of these things are going to work. Interesting. Oh, well, I'm just going to call it. Sorry about that. It was definitely a failure of the musical stream department. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work not online, but when I'm offline in the setting, see if I can come up or use Grok or something to help figure out what this is. Because yeah, if I can't stream this game for the I'm paying $20 a month. If I can't stream it successfully, I will not be using it at all. So that's bad. I'll go back to 2014, but this is better in some ways. Right? That's what there's got to be some other way I can grab that output, because I can hear it in my headphones, which means it's going out to my device. It's just not coming back into this thing, which is reasonable because normally that would be the loop, but I'm sure I could figure out a way to get just maybe that. Hello. Yeah, it's not even in there. It's interesting. All right, I'll figure it out. All right, well, thanks for sticking with me. Anyway, I would say tomorrow we'll definitely do a regular non-bass stream, I guess. I kind of wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that kind of technical issue because earlier today I bought the thing and then I sat down and plugged it in and was able to play songs through my headphones, have the bass and the music coming from things mixed perfectly in sync and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, well, that's fine, because it was set up just exactly like I set up my Rocksmith 2014, the other version, the older version. So I did not expect it to not provide any audio at all. But it is what it is. So yeah, today's a short kind of partial stream. I am going to spend the afternoon looking up things, looking at possible solutions on the internet. You know what I mean? And if I can get it done for tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. But if I can't, and I'm kind of iffy on it, I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do. But if I can't get it done, I'm just going to give up. I'm going to uninstall it and turn it off. Yeah, sorry about that, Hobie Gal. Wow, yeah. The season changed again. I also want to play some Forza this afternoon too, because I have been playing it, just not on stream. Well, the flying around was fun, and the brain games were fun, and I got still playing Diet Coke since I have like an hour I was going to stream. But at this point, I don't really feel like doing it. I feel like, yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean? It's one of the many lines of streams that didn't work out fine, but some of them do. I'm going for that, trying to hit that level of mediocrity and say we just not quite made it. Literally nothing happened. But it's really strange again that I'm able to hear in my headphones the game perfectly, in that I hear my bass and I hear the game and all the sound effects and other things in my headphones. The only other way to play it would be to play while, and I also could do this, is to play without headphones with the sound just coming out of the. Actually, I don't think you could hear that either. I'll have to check that if everything exactly all balances out. But again, tomorrow is Monday. I'll be working from home. I'm going to take a break tomorrow to fly around a bit, to do the Big Brain Games with hopefully you guys, and to probably do some guitar or piano. But possibly play the bass on Rocksmith, because who knows, maybe Gronk knows something that I don't about how to set this up. But I think I tried just about everything. All right. Yeah, I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. See you next time. Bye.